President Trump is threatening Iran with, quote, economic warfare as peace talks remain in limbo. In a social media post, Mr. Trump said the crushing economic operation will be a, quote, economic D-Day for Iran. He threatened to slap sanctions on any country that provides any type of lifeline to the nation. Earlier yesterday, Mr. Trump warned of very draconian sanctions.
We're going to see what happens. It'll either be extremely good and oil prices are going to drop like a rock, or we'll continue to do exactly what we're doing.
The president has also been turning his focus to North Korea. Mr. Trump says he will meet with Kim Jong Un later this year. Earlier this week, he directed the Pentagon to scale back on military exercises with South Korea, you'll remember. And President Trump made those comments while showing off a new helipad he's building on the White House lawn. You see it right here. This is just his latest construction project at the People's House. CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro kicks off our hour, joining us from our D.C. bureau. Good morning, Aaron. Let's start with Iran. How will this economic operation work, and how is Tehran responding to this new threat?
Errol, good morning. This threat of an economic D-Day for Iran follows weeks now of an approach by the White House to see if the existing economic pressures on Iran, the high inflation in the country, the existing sanctions will cause the leadership there to make concessions during the negotiations or at least reopen the strait. That did not seem to happen, and now the U.S. is looking to launch more economic measures against other countries that help or do business with Iran. We know that in April, the U.S. launched sanctions on foreign banks that do business with Iran, and just last week, the Treasury Department took actions against banks that allow Iran to retrieve revenue from oil sales overseas. Now, in response to all of this, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said that the economic measures are a diversion from, quote, America's own crisis, unprecedented debt and surging interest costs, a reference to reports of the U.S. national debt crossing $40 trillion. He also added, U.S. economic terrorism threatens global economy and sovereignty worldwide. But there is a bit of an asymmetry here, as it seems that Iran is dug in to this stalemate, to this conflict, while you are seeing continual political pressure here in the U.S. for President Trump and Republican candidates having to answer for the results of the Iran war as it comes to the economy here in the U.S.
And Aaron, speaking of asymmetry, the president has been complimenting North Korean dictator Kim Jong Un. He has acknowledged that nation's nuclear program, and he wants to meet with the so-called dear leader again. He met with him many times during his first term. What are we learning about Trump's renewed interest in North Korea?
Yeah, he says that's expected to happen later this year. Some opportunities potentially during Trump's trips to Asia in the fall, potentially on the sidelines of the November APEC summit in China. The White House nor North Korea has confirmed plans of this meeting, but the president has seemed to want to restart efforts to get dictator Kim Jong Un to abandon North Korea's nuclear weapons program. And yesterday, he revealed how big the U.S. thinks Kim's arsenal actually is. Take a listen.
I get along with him. And you know what? The fact that I get along with him, that's a good thing, not a bad thing. He has 57 very powerful nuclear weapons. Should have never allowed it to happen. They should have never allowed it.
Now, South Korea's defense minister said he believes that count may be closer to 80 to 120 weapons. But this news of a potential meeting comes days after President Trump was posting about the good relationship he has with Kim, as well as his announcement that he will scale back the number of U.S. forces participating in joint military drills with South Korea.
All right, Aaron Navarro in our D.C. bureau. Aaron, thank you.